Next on the track, the women's mile. Meet record held by Tiffany McWilliams, who we saw in the 800 meters. Yelena Soboleva has the best time in the world in both the 800 and the mile. And Jenelle Deatherage, the U.S. best, she is in this race. And so is 2004 Olympian Carrie Tollefson, who's had a tough road back since Athens.
Certainly has. She actually had an injury that started, if you can believe this, Dwight, in 2004, and off and on just caused problems and pain. She still ran well a couple of years, but everything is better now, and she's been healthy for a year.
Christin Wurth-Thomas of the U.S., but formerly here of Arkansas, so she'll have a nice support group here at the Tyson Track Center. And then next, Jenelle Deatherage, winner in the Boston meet 3 weeks ago.
And a surprise winner. And she said, it's time, I'm 30 years of age, it's time for me in this sport to get a giddy up on here. And she ran well and surprised herself with a victory in Boston.
And here is the rest of the 8-woman field in this race. They will all line up on that one line.
Dwight, as you said, a very solid field. Dacia Barr will try and lead everybody by in about 2 minutes and 12 seconds halfway through. But 6 out of 9 of these women have run between 4:31 for the mile and 4:36. Very deep, solid field with those are their lifetime bests.
And we lost one competitor, so we are down to 7, which is a very manageable field here in the 1 mile. They had more competitors in the 800. Dacia Barr of Arkansas is supposed to take the pace out. And Christin Wurth-Thomas tucking right in behind her. It must be great to have, number one, this fantastic facility to train on when the weather can get pretty nasty here in the winter, but also to have a very supportive crowd that is familiar with a great program and really appreciates the athletes.
The sign, when it says Fayetteville, says track capital of the world. Now that might be an exaggeration, but all the national titles won down here by Coach McDonald's crew certainly lend some credence to its powerhouse status, certainly in this region of the United States.
So Dacia Barr of Arkansas continuing to lead over Christin Wurth-Thomas. Then Jenelle Deatherage right there in 3rd. Carrie Tollefson in 4th, followed by Nicole Edwards and Sarah Bowman. And Laura Hagans pulling up the rear at this moment.
Dwight, a little behind the scenes stuff. Christin Wurth went to Art Huff, and his staff, by the way, deserve a great deal of credit putting together a superb first-class meet here, and said, look, I'm ready to run fast in my mind. My workouts tell me that. I'd like a solid, fast pace. Can the Rabbit take us by as fast as 2:12? And they said, okay. So they're right on pace. First quarter mile, 65.9 seconds. Barr doing an excellent job rabbiting this race. Jenelle Deatherage, no surprise after running well in Boston, right up behind. But this is a very fast pace here. Let's see what Wurth-Thomas can do in 2nd place to hold it after Barr steps off the track.
You see Barr continuing to lead and push. You can see Christin Wurth-Thomas. You can tell she's got a lot of run in her. She's right on the heels of the Rabbit. And Jenelle Deatherage just keeping enough distance to keep herself out of trouble. And then a separation back to Carrie Tollefson and the other 3 runners along with her.
Wurth-Thomas in 2nd place was 2nd in last year's Outdoor National Championships at 1,500 meters and qualified for the U.S. World Team. Only 3 women went in the 1,500 meters. She was one of them, and that's her level of talent.
Very good experience for her coming into the Olympic year. And a little off the pace at 2:13.8. You could see Christin Wurth-Thomas knew that and was pushing, but did not want to step on the heels of Dacia Barr. So now it's Wurth-Thomas now starting to push, trying to shake Jenelle Deatherage. And back in the pack, it's Carrie Tollefson, who is now being passed into 4th by Sarah Bowman, or to 3rd, I should say. But it's all Christin Wurth-Thomas and Jenelle Deatherage right there now in this women's mile.
The gap to 3rd place right now is about 25 meters or so. Sarah Bowman leading that 2nd pack.
3 laps to go, and Christin Wurth-Thomas still out there doing all the work. Jenelle Deatherage looks very calm and relaxed there in 2nd place. The longer legs and the taller countenance. She's just letting Thomas do all the work, and you can look at the effort on the face of Christin Wurth-Thomas in the lead.
Thomas runs that way. The face gets scrunched up the later in the race it gets, but it's tough to do it from the front like a time trial, Dwight. You're right. And it's easier for Deatherage to draft off the back. You just run more comfortably.
Carrie Tollefson now pulling up the rear, looking like she's struggling. Christin Wurth-Thomas making a little bit of a break here with 2 laps to go. That's 400 meters remaining. They come through in 3:20 and change. So Thomas continuing to push the pace and now is gapping Deatherage ever so slightly with about a 4 or 5 meter lead.
This should be the fastest mile run by a woman in the United States this year easily. Got something left, has Christin Wurth-Thomas. Watching the leg turnover and the power. She's definitely digging in. The arms are pumping harder now. Deatherage falling slowly but surely back here. 1 lap to go, and she's got the home crowd behind her, Dwight.
5 meters is quickly turned to almost 15 meters as Christin Wurth-Thomas goes toward the bell. Jenelle Etheridge has given up the fight. Carrie Tollefson is way in the back. Nicole Edwards of Michigan is now in third, followed by Tennessee junior Sarah Bowman. But this has been all Christin Wurth-Thomas. The lead now about 25 or 30 meters as she drives towards the finish with just about 70 meters to go, lifting with her arms nicely, gritting her teeth, trying to keep her form together. She has been the class of the field from the beginning. Christin Wurth-Thomas breaks the tape unofficially 4:27.17, and that will be by far the U.S. best in 2008.
By over 5, almost 6 seconds, Dwight, the fastest mile run by a woman in America this year. Terrific time for Christin Wurth-Thomas.
And the #3 American mile time ever.